Good afternoon. My name is Katrina Moog, and I am responding to a situation where I am an administrator in an acute care facility and am being tasked with managing recruitment and retention efforts for staffing crises that have reached 25% turnover rates, which is 1 in 4 nurses. Unfortunately, this is a problem all too real for nurses and nursing leadership. A 25% turnover rate would mean that 1 in 4 nurses leave for whatever reason. As an administrator, there are many options. The first step would be to determine how many open positions are available and immediately outsource with talent agencies and local recruitment agencies to be sure that they can blast out flyers from our company for these open positions for nurses in Virginia. The next step would be to increase the presence of nursing leadership throughout the hospital in all shifts. The leadership does not have to be clinical to come in and help. Tasking, answering call lights can be a great help to staff. It does not require a license or a great deal of clinical expertise. Next, I would determine what the staffing ratios are and work with local travel and staffing agencies to ensure that we are meeting the needs of the patients with acceptable ratios. Being aware of the minimum staffing ratios that are being enforced, I would certainly stay educated and in touch with other local hospitals to see how they are handling the crisis. I would also create a staffing workforce. This team would represent licensed and unlicensed staff and would be a meeting where they would provide me feedback with the biggest challenges they are seeing day to day. Based upon what they divulge yields my next moves. If it is leadership presence and support, following up on patient complaints, or whatever they claim to need help with, I will work hard to ensure they feel their voices are being heard and acted upon. This meeting would need to take place at least every couple of weeks. I would share the feedback from the staff with the Learning and Retention Governance Council. The staffing shortages are not expected to improve as we learned in this article, so we must also focus on retention of the staff we have, in addition to recruitment. I would also ask the Human Resources Department to call back the last 10 nurses and nursing assistants that have left to meet and discuss options of returning and to discuss why they left. If they had not already completed an exit interview, I would be sure to read their exit interview as well. During this entire process, I would offer an open door policy for staff to come in at any time to share concerns and to offer any advice of recruitment and retention they may have, and also how administration can continue to help. I would also be compassionate about their needs and serve the team as not only their leader but as a comfort to them during stressful times. Lastly, I would ask for a meeting with the CEO and have data ready to present. I would review the last 6 months of safety events involving patients and make note of any harm that reached the patients due to staffing shortages. If 5 out of 10 injuries were related to falls due to low staffing ratios, then I would encourage the CEO to support the above initiatives and to consider this a staffing crisis. I would also ask the CEO to attend the next staff meeting and speak upon the efforts of the organization to strive for satisfaction within the workplace and to make the workplace an enjoyable and safe environment. Hopefully, by the CEO being present at the meeting, the staff will see that leadership are aware of the staffing crises and put all focus and efforts towards improving the current ratios. It will be very important that the CEO be more present throughout the hospital. Staff needs to see that they are not being left by themselves to handle this situation. I would let the CEO know of all of the above actions and ask for his or her support in expediting the process. Minimum staffing requirements are important in legislation, but it will be my job to let the CEO know that we have to set our own staffing ratios based upon the patients and staff needs. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.